I'm really proud of you guys. So this afternoon, what's going on at the Friendship Center?
They have a rock garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just gonna lay rocks. There's rocks for Sabrina, one of our sisters that were murdered 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is for my brother, our brother Edward. He was murdered like quite a few years back too. So yeah, our family is really passionate about the MMIW. Anything MMIW, we're there.
Yeah.
I love that.
Awesome.
Oh, that's okay. Just arrived at the Friendship Center. There's a bit of a gathering out front. Well, the battery died on my transceiver and transmitter, so there is no more sound at this part of the ceremony. What's happening right now, though, is these dresses that were hanging in the entranceway fell to the ground. And it's believed that it's the spirits of the missing and murdered women and our ancestors that have come to let us know that they're with us. And as you can see, the drummers and the singers are sharing the music with our ancestors. This is one of the prominent elders in the community right here as well. There were so many powerful speakers, so many incredible stories. This man here has an incredible story. So honored to be a part of this and witness this, and to really feel the power of what was happening in the moment. I even had an opportunity to share one of my family's songs. Here's one of the prominent elders sharing some words of wisdom. Oh, this lady had a powerful story too. She was talking about her sister who was murdered. This lady here, she had me in tears. I was just at the cusp. I could feel like my vision was blurred because of the tears in my eyes. And a song came to her while she was sharing this story. This lady has a powerful story, and I'm going to share that with you. I actually found her and interviewed her. You can see those dresses in the breeze, our elders, our ancestors. Chief Willie Sellers comes in, participates, and there's always one shy person. This woman is powerful. I've met her on the river's edge many times. It was really an incredible experience. If you could feel the power of the drums, the songs, the stories, heartfelt sorrow, the pain, the grief, and the power. So much power in these women. They come together, unite, sisters, supporting one another, lifting each other up in unity, supported by the men. It's a powerful thing to witness. I'm really sorry that technology failed. Just a fantastic experience. Happy and honored to be a part of it. It's hard to capture it all. Chief Willie Sellers finishing. Right there, yeah. Okay, I just want to ask you about what it's like growing up as Aboriginal women, recognizing your strengths and vulnerabilities.
It's pretty tough. Like the racism, the stereotyping, and everything. I don't know. Like I myself almost fall into this category. If I didn't like clean up and get sober, I would have. Who knows where I'd be? Like I would be murdered too. I don't know. It's just the things that happened are not.
For me, being a residential school survivor,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot, like growing up as an Aboriginal woman, being in, like, growing up in an alcoholic home. I've seen a lot of stuff happen to our women on the reserves growing up, and thank God my mom kept me safe from like not having stuff happen to me. But as I was growing up, I fell into drinking and drugging, and like I raised my 3 kids on my own pretty much. And like being Aboriginal today, I see a lot of racism. I see a lot of hatred between, for our women, and a lot of stuff happening to them, like selling themselves for drugs or, alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have some nieces and that do sell themselves, or they've been sold for drugs and alcohol. I've seen a lot growing up, and I still see it on the streets today.
Yeah. So totally exploited.
Yes,
They're vulnerable. Yeah. I agree. I see our Aboriginal young women on the streets and vulnerable people totally being exploited just because they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
And the measure of society, in my opinion, is how we take care of our vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I really appreciate about our Aboriginal people is how we work toward that, how we recognize that the atrocities that have happened to us, and working through that and supporting each other through that as best we can. So, how about you?
I don't know. I think like if you ask a lot of the younger girls or even the older ones, like a lot of us, like we have been victimized at some point in time in our lives. And, we wear these shirts today in memory of our
yes.
late our relative Sabrina Jack Rosette. She was murdered almost 2 years ago next month, and that has impacted us in ways like it's always having to watch over your back or watch out for one another, or trying to get our men more involved, stepping up to that plate. But with our friend, she was murdered and we still don't know, or there's still lots of speculations, there's no answers, nobody wants to step up. And it's not only being victimized by other races, it's happening in our own communities.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that has a lot to do with residential school and all the traumas and everything we've all been through as people.
So, ultimately we need to stop violence in its entirety against each other, against anything, really. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate the stand that you ladies are taking and the leadership that you're offering us, and I'm really appreciate how you're holding society accountable and bringing awareness to missing, murdered Indigenous women and the violence against women. So thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
I think you guys are super deadly.
Deadly.
Deadly. I love you guys.
Thank you. Angie vibes.
Doobla doo.